class, today I'm going to read to you chapter 3 called Toscanelli's Map. An Italian man named Paolo Toscanelli may have been responsible for the Europeans landing in the Americas. Toscanelli was a math whiz, an astronomer, and a map maker. In 1474, he made a map of the world which he sent with a letter to the King of Portugal, telling how to reach the Indies by sailing west. The king was very interested, but Toscanelli was not correct. On the right side of Toscanelli's map, you can see some parts of Europe in orange. You may know some of them. Ireland, labeled Irlanda, it's right here. London, England, over here. And Lisbon, Portugal, labeled Lisbona. To the south of Europe, you can see part of Africa. The part Europeans called Guinea is labeled right here. The Canary Islands, just off the coast of Africa, are labeled Canariae, right here. Look at the left side of the map. This side shows parts of Asia, or rather it shows parts of Asia where Toscanelli thought they might be. Do you see the big island labeled Sipangu right here? That was what Toscanelli and other Europeans called Japan. They had heard about Japan, they knew it was somewhere in Asia, but they did not know exactly where. Toscanelli put it on his map where he thought it might be. Do you see the land labeled Cathay Mengi? That was what Toscanelli and others of his day called China, right here. They had read about China in a book called The Travels of Marco Polo, but they did not know exactly where it was. Again, the map shows where Toscanelli thought China was, not where it really is. Do you see the islands just south of Cathay Mengi? Those are parts of the Indies. They are the Spice Islands that Europeans were so eager to reach. Notice that Asia does not seem to be too far from Europe. That was one of Toscanelli's big ideas. He thought Earth was not that big. He thought Asia was probably not too far from Europe. So that's how he drew it on his map. Now imagine you are Christopher Columbus. You want to find a way to get to the Indies. You look at Toscanelli's map. Wow, you say, look at that. Asia is right there. It's not so far from Europe. There's nothing in between but a little water. It would not be hard to get to Asia. Why, I could get there in a few weeks. All I would need to do is sail west. We can never be sure what was in Christopher Columbus's mind when he first looked at Toscanelli's map. We do know he made a plan to travel to the Indies based on Toscanelli's map. Then he set out to find someone who would pay for his voyage. In the end, he convinced King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain to pay for it. So if you look at this map here, Toscanelli's map, this is Portugal, and this dotted line is showing what Christopher Columbus thought would happen. He would just sail across this ocean and bam, he would be in the Spice Islands. Now, here is the same map with something added. The light blue shows what is really there, not what Toscanelli thought was there. You can see the outline of North America and part of South America. The orange parts of the map show the Asian lands Columbus expected to reach. The light blue outline shows the lands where he actually accidentally landed. Toscanelli's map explains a lot. It helps us see where Columbus got the idea of sailing west to reach the Indies. It also helps us see why he ran into the islands of the Caribbean and why he thought he was close to China.